everybody. All right. I hope you've had a good weekend. This is Bybit Scam. My name's Craig from TRADERCOBB.com in connection with Bybit to take you through and see just how the market's going after a full week on the day for which the candles on the weekly side of things close. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather at the moment, so if I have a little bit of this cough and a splutter, then I've got my apologies. And of course, if you haven't got your Bybit account, then please, in the description below, you will find a link there for which you can get discounted trading fees depending on your deposits and whatnot. So well worth going ahead and getting your account open. All right, on top of that, we've also got a free course there, the Become a Trader course at TRADERCOBB.com. And again, the link is below in the description. Please do like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss it. Good morning, Bobby. All right, so let's just jump straight in and have a look at Bitcoin. So across the top 10, everything bar Cardano is kind of down. I want to jump straight to the weekly here. Ugh. That ain't pretty. We saw that big spike up this time. I think it was this time last week. And it's retreated to its lows 18%. And of course, I'm talking about this candle here. This market is crap. It's a mess. Look at that in the daily. If anything, it looks lower to me. But in saying that, we have to be very aware that, we do have a lot of volatility at the moment. And it could do anything. The world's a wild, weird, I won't even say wonderful place at the moment. It's just a wild and weird place. Hopefully it's wonderful for you. But if it's wonderful for you, I reckon the place for it to be wonderful is not in front of a computer screen. Get out in the bush or in the ocean and stick your head under a rock for a while and breathe. That'd be a nice option, wouldn't it? So it's been very, very messy. We shot up 8%, straight back down the following day, 6%. And since then, it's been choppy as buggery. Morning, Danny. Morning, Dan. You can also see that here on this weekly candle, we're only down a slight amount, 1.5% there. However, we were at one stage up 11. So that just gives you a bit of an indication as to how much volatility there is and how ugly this market is at the moment. Now, we saw some selling off come in early this morning. Sorry, not early this morning, just a moment ago, actually. And it brought us out of this consolidation period. We saw this consolidation through here. We popped up. We came straight back down. We see another consolidation running through here. And we've dipped through. So I'm just going to jump lower here. There is a trend, but it certainly can't be described as a great trend, can it? What have we got here? Tell you what I will do. Just going to throw that in. It's not an exact level, but, if there's a pullback into there and I got a bearish candle, then, I'd be keen. All right, with that Bitcoin analysis underway, I think it's now time to move to other markets. So I am, my focus today is going to be on shorting, on shorts. Now, I may not take too many trades if I take anything today because I am not feeling 100%. So, there you go. Let's have a look. Look, I don't trade when I'm not feeling good. It's just it just doesn't do you any good. It just does not do you any good. Hang on. Green. All right. G'day, Corky. Dan. All right, I'm just wondering, I'm just making sure I've got the right watch list colour. But that's yellow. I'm getting confused. It's green there, so why is it yellow there? Anyway, green. All right, let's go on to Ethereum. Okay. We're looking here at a lower high, lower low. It's not a good trend again. It's just dipped. And if you have a look here on the 15, you can see the selling happened in one fell swoop. Same with Bitcoin. 2.27%. At one stage, around that time we were up, and then we went boop, and we sold off. So very, very quick moves on these two, which hasn't. Ethereum's not quite as nice as Bitcoin in the sense that there's not a level there, and it's not rolled over as much. What I'll be looking for through this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is I'll be looking to see if we have any cyclicity And that's what I'm after. Nice, clean, clear trends. Here's a much better looking one here on Solana. Okay, so this is looking a little bit better straight away. I mean, for one, you can see that there's a level running through there. A lower high. Excuse me. Oh, I'll draw the fibs in. Now, if you're looking at those fibs and going, what's he drawing those for? That's a Fibonacci booster that I'm looking at there. I use Fibonacci, and the Fibonacci booster is one of my 3 trading strategies. I've got a breakout, a booster, which is a pullback, and a cradle. You've been taught the cradle through the course that we did with Bybit early on in the piece. But if you haven't gone through the actual course, the Become a Master course on the website, you won't know what that strategy is. So, don't fret if you don't know. Or, go and get it. Now that level's already been tested once and come off. That looks pretty good in the 1, doesn't it? Oh, maybe it's a 2. Look, the bottom line is right now, I'm just going to wait and see how it goes. I'm going to leave Solana in the list. It's got that downward momentum. It's broken that support. It's got those lower highs when we look on that that 1 hour. It's going to have to be the 1 hour, to be fair. And I'll show you why. Lower high, lower low. Whereas the 2... Oh. It actually rules it out in the 1 hour, doesn't it? Because the 2 hours got to be, the next higher time frame has got to be trending in the same direction. And the 2, that's just a 1 single candle pullback. It's not enough. So the 30, not quite just yet. I'll tell you what though, I will leave it in because if this does go again from here, there is cyclicity there, and it doesn't take much to take something out of your watch list. And that's a nice looking chart. XRP, too much banging around here. If it hadn't have pulled back so far, perhaps the 8 would have given something, but it did pull back and it's not there now. Moving to Cardano, which is holding its ground. I mean, definitely a level through there. There's nothing I can do with it right now, though. I'm just going to reference point that for now. So if I do go screaming through later and do another scan, which I will do at some point, those little levels will stand out for me and grab my attention. Ooh, Binance. Doesn't that work? Lower high, lower low, 1 hour, 2 hour. There is a pullback there. That excuse me, that's got to go in. And again, I'm just focused on that trend. Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I'm all bunged up. 1 second. Oh, that's better. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Binance in the list for sure. Nice little downtrend there. And what I'm looking for is a pullback into probably about here, you know. Let's see if that's a fib. Bang on. All right. For those of you who know what the booster is, you know what it is. I'm going to leave that there and move on. Litecoin. Yes, it's sold off, but there's not enough there for me at this stage, especially with some support sort of rounding out down here and a $100 round number. I'm going to leave that. Shiba's been too erratic, too spiky. Look up here. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. All over. I'm not interested in that at all. XRP. Oh, we went past that with the USDT before. Dot coming off. But again, it's not had much downward trajectory. I'm looking for I'm looking for trends that look, that look like this. See how they've been rolling over already? When you compare it to something like Dot. See how it's still all the way up here? Now, I wouldn't be opposed to shorting from a higher price. However, I want to see that nice cyclicity on the way down. I want to see that it's committed itself a little bit more to the downside. Kind of like Link. Sorry. So kind of like Link here. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. The only problem I think I've got with Link. What problem have I got with Link? What's it looking for? Yeah, it's not looking all that attractive. Look, I might put that in later. It's just happened very, very quickly, and I just don't love it enough. Doge with those spikes, it's a no for me. Sand, a lot of these are pushed down through prior support levels. I don't think that's going to feature for me. No, it's a straight move. It's not got enough cyclicity. Jump onto Phantom here. Jump to the 1. Again, just a prime example of one big seller candle does not actually help. It's actually a hindrance because we don't have that cyclicity in motion at the moment. AVAX, now this is looking a little bit better because it's been selling off for quite a while. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Let's see what we got lower. Yeah, that's nice. We got this pullback in here. A low, you know, we get back into somewhere in the cradle zone here. That's going to be good. Funnily enough, it's already in the list. And the 2-hour supports that too, I believe. Yes, with these lower highs. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. It's got to pull back up, but if it does, sweet. Excuse me, mana. No, just one of those big candles that go out of nowhere. Chilies. It's more on this pullback over here, which if you had taken that, you would have got profit. But it's gone now. Loopring's very, very indecisive. We go high to low, so that's going to come straight out. Not a good enough trend there. OMG. Nothing to work with there. Matic coming off here. Again, not at this stage. I mean, look, it's broken. You can see the consolidation that's been going. I mean, it's not an exact level anyway, but you can see the consolidation. It's broken it. I'll just be aware if we do start to see the market pop back up after 11. So if you start to see this list go green, maybe jump back in and have another run through and just see what we've got there because it's going to require a pullback at this stage for us to get these trades. Oh. I'll go where you go. No. It's trying. I'm going to give it some more time, let it stretch out a little bit further. Same with Hedera. Tease us with that pullback. I'm going to jump to the 2 here. Yeah, it's just the first lower low. I want to see it extend a bit further for me to get involved there. Axie's still got some support down there. I'm not interested there, and there's not much cyclicity there on the 2. Normally I'd look at the 4. But at the moment, we're not seeing enough activity there that is good. So I'm going 2 and lower. And it's just the market that's telling me to do that because that's the only place where I'm finding opportunity at the moment. Again, it's doing these scans is about learning where the opportunity is and how to use it. VeChain, no. Tron has been very sideways for a long time. IOTA, sideways again. It's got a bit of a level there, but for me, it's just going to be a reference point, and we're going to see if it can break down through there, possibly a pullback in, but it's not going to make my list. I think EOS is in the same category there, yeah, because the 2-hour, we don't have a lower high that's very attractive. Ethereum Classic selling off quite stoof. So just as an example, these others like Binance and whatnot that I have in my list, I'm looking for this. That little candle there, you know, lower low, pull back into that cradle zone, small bearish candle, entry, stop, profit. It's that simple. Trading doesn't need to be complicated. It's not actually the trading that's complicated. It's usually the mindset, the psychology. And this is one of the reasons, well, probably the main reason, why when I'm not feeling good, I don't trade. Because it can mess with your mind. You know, the trading strategies that I teach, they're literally checklists. You tick boxes. There's only 3 of them. But how you manage your risk, how much you risk, you're taking your profits, when do you scale out, when do you trail your stop. All these are fairly straightforward to do. They just require practice. It's this thing that takes a lot of getting used to. And the more simple you can make it, in my experience, the sooner you'll get your head in the right place. And a simple little pullback for the cradle, that's the sort of thing I'm looking for, guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't make the list. Bitcoin Cash, again, there's not enough cyclicity there. Internet Computer, I don't think so. Again, just roll over hard and fast from a consolidation. There's not enough for me at this stage. Luna. It's a bit of a shame. Let's pull back into that cradle zone. 7.5%, then it sold right down to 0.5%, so it pulled back quite significantly. There's nothing there for me. I just was having a look around there because I was sort of hoping we might get something there, although it didn't break the highs all that well. So anyway, we can move on. AVE is also a mess. Jump lower here and just see. 1. Again, just look, maybe that'll come into play later, but right now there's better options above, and because we've just seen this quick shot lower, okay, Winston, I will be just waiting to see if we do get something back. Now, sushi doesn't look too bad, actually. Excuse me. Lower high, lower low. We're on the 1 hour here. Let me just confirm that on the 2. There is a lower high there. It's not the greatest, I've got to be honest, but that 1 hour doesn't look too bad. The 2 just needs to have a trend. I'm going to pop that in and just keep an eye on it. You just don't know what's going to happen. And the whole point of making a watch list here is that I don't have to keep scanning through all of these pairs all of the time. Focus on what may come up down the track. Makes it easier. So, okay, let's have a look. Let's just mark that. Excuse me. Okay. Back it out a bit. Let's hit that 1 again. I mean, look, we got the lower high here, then lower low, breaking the old support level. There's so much there, but for me right now, ultimately I probably prefer the 4 hour here, guys. I'd like to see it come off further, so sell off a little bit more. Maybe come down to that $8 or a bit further. That way it gives me a nice clean pullback and a decent, like it would give me a good fib level. Excuse me. So, from there to there, it's a 38.2. I'd like to see it at least a 50. So, yeah, that gets us down to about $8. It's not there yet, all right? It's got further to go. It's actually got quite a bit of work to put in, and it's not going to make my watch list for that very reason. A little bit too caught up in here, and there's no other lower time frames that would support a pullback into this level right here, right now. So, it's not going to make the grade at this stage. Stellar, just a straight sell-off, nothing to work with there. Yeah. I don't like the way the chart looks at the moment. I just want to see... The biggest thing I'm looking for right now is continuation. Because it's been the rarest thing out there. You know, we go up, then we go back down, then we go back up, and we go back down. EOS looks terrible. And there's just not been enough follow-through. And as a trend follower, you know, I am a little bit more cool, a lot more cautious when we're in choppy conditions. And one of the things that choppy conditions does do is it makes you a better trader. It really does. You've got to keep your cool. So it does stretch, you know, the old patience box. And it's not easy. But you navigate your way through the chop. When you do get into another good run, whether it be up or down, going long or short, you do tend to find that you will trade a lot better. And I've witnessed this time and time again as I've mentored people. That's all right. Is that 1? You know what? $100 right there on those, on that old support level, 61.8 fib. I'm going to pop that. Oh, it's already in. I'm going to take that out. And what I'm after here is a 30-minute cradle right there. Boom, boom. That would be a bloody doozy. Probably the best chart of the lot, really, and the one that may provide opportunity the soonest. And as you see here on this 4 hour, we have rolled over, we have broken that support. So, and the dailies, you know, it looks good. It looks good lower. And that's the sort of thing I'm looking for. Good opportunity lower. I can leave Nem, it's too sloppy. Same with Nia. All right. It's just too messy. You know, look at it. Poof. It's all happening in one big whack. It's not very cyclical. It's not very smooth. Same with file. Woo. Again, just starting to come off here. I'll have a quick look at the 1. And that level. Oh, excuse me. It's not too... We'll go with that, eh? Definitely a level there. It's just, see all this, how it's super spiky and a bit unruly. That's the sort of stuff that I don't like. It doesn't look so bad on the one. It sort of smooths itself out. The two's okay. Look, it's close, but I just can't really, with everything combined together, the spikiness, the whole chart not looking, incredible. I'm just going to walk on it right now. I think there's better options out there. Whew. Okay, FTT. There's a downtrend. It's got to come back quite a bit. I'm going to leave that out for the time being. Engine, again, just a very messy looking sideways chart. It's not interesting at all. I think that lit is going to come out here too. It doesn't have the cyclicity that I'm after. That is correct. It is coming out of my list. And we're back to the top and we're going to hit the list that is here. Oakley dokley. So we've been focusing on the lower time frames here, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin's always on the list because it's the big dog and I always want to see what it's doing. There's no trading opportunities here for me just yet. If it does start to evolve, perhaps a 30-minute might give me an option. But again, it's just one. There are many others out there. On to Solana. Having broken that support, am I going to keep this now? Because I was sort of having a bit of a tussle with myself on whether or not there could be an opportunity there. I'm sitting... excuse me. It's a top 10, so likely I won't miss it if it does set up, and I've been looking at that for too long. Usually, one of my sayings is if it's not clear, it's not there, and it just really isn't clear enough. Why was sand in here? I feel as though I left that in from the last watch list because there's nothing there at all. AVAX. Here we go. That's looking more like it. All right, we've got a lower high, lower low. A pullback up into this region here would certainly capture my attention. Backed up by the 2 hour, as you can see, lower high. It's really the 1 hour that I like a lot here. Now, I don't want it to just snap straight back. I'd like to see it over a few hours crawl its way back in. That would be very, very nice. So that's definitely a very, very nice looking chart for later in the day. Compound, very similar here, but I think it was a 30. Yeah. We got this support running through here, which is pretty good. And the round number of $100 and just near that 61.8, a small bearish candle, if it did provide us with that up in here on the 30, would be definitely something that I'd be very keen on. Oh, BTC, what? Oh, I see, you silly bugger. That's what I did. I had the other, don't worry. I understand what I did before. Binance. And we can see lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Really nice cyclicity there. Morning, Kylie and Dan. If you have a look here on the 1 hour, yeah, look, it is the 1 hour, lower high, lower high, low. It's got a pull back in. I just wanted to sort of ease its way back up. Again, very similar to that of was it AVAX or Compound. I want to see it over a few candles sneak back into there. The 2 hours fine. We've got the lower high here. Very ugly one here, but we do have that downward momentum. So that's going to be a short if it pulls back. And we've also got sushi in here to keep an eye on because you can see, look, lower high, boom, boom, boom. If it pulls into there and gives me something really nice, again, a few candles required to get us into there so the moving averages can come down a bit, then that looks pretty good too. So we've got 4 really good options, to be fair. We're just going to have to be patient and wait to see if we get those pullbacks. So yeah, that's what I found. That's what I like. Don't need a lot to make good money. You just need a couple of good ones that set up and provide you with the trade, and then you've got to take it. So, again, this is brought to you by Bybit and TRADERCOBB. So please, guys, in the description below, all the links you need to open up your Bybit account with discounted trading fees, as well as access to a Become a Trader course there through TRADERCOBB.com as well. I strongly suggest you go and get stuck into that and have a look around and learn a lot more about trading. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm going to take a little rest now because I'm pooped. Take it easy. Bye for now.